Mexer and you got a picture of it?
Yeah, come on, hood. Come on, man. Can we just
Mm,
ask that? I got you, man. So look, so yeah, in this show, what happened was he started knocking people off, right? And he was killing people suspiciously without them knowing. And this what this card represent. And I thought it was fire because I had to look it up. And then it's crazy how this card has been popping into my life a lot, especially like the particular symbol. So pull it up. But look, on the share screen.
can you zoom in?
Yeah, I'm trying to zoom in on that now. How's that look? So this part right here, can y'all see it?
33.
Yup.
Okay.
And it's the spider. So the card mean is a spider. Well, that's pretty much my reaction to a spider. I'm getting better though. This card urges you to take precaution against an enemy that means you harm. You need to act because if you wait, the risk increase. It can also mean you need to take immediate action to resolve an issue. So he was knocking them off. Do, 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 boom, 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 boom. Like it's a Conway ad lib. And all I know is he dropping the card on like it's a reading. Like, here's your reading for the day. Here's your reading. So, and to me, why spiders been popping up. So when you get into a deeper lore about spiders and dream catchers, right? So dream catchers are, there has a history to them that, the spider deity made it and weave this web, weaving the universe. And also when you think about a spider, it's web, right? Every action you take, a web is being formed and created. So that web is your life and your destiny path. So each action you take throughout your life, another web is being sewn and to create the big giant web that gives you the path and the fortune of your life. So each direction you take, each action you make is a factor in the life you create. I just got bars like that. I didn't even try to do it. But yeah, man. So I thought it was pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, I'm ordering this deck. I want to get Cody's deck. Just because of what I was watching. And the show I was watching, don't laugh at me, y'all. I'm a corny person. But it was Power, right? But I've been making a series of using Robert's Greene book, Power and the 50th Law, and the show to explain certain concepts and things about power that is overlooked and used. Especially, you got to think about it, 50 Cent was with Robert Greene, and, being around him, of course, he got this show idea. So I think it's pretty fire. I just feel like it's always downloads and things you watch. It depends what you try to do with them. So, and I feel like it's a whole spirit meaning within the main character Ghost, right? He's going through a possession. We talked about possessions a lot, and I feel like the possession's starting to break. He wants to get out the game. And then, everyone around him who saw him as Ghost wanted him in the game still. So he was dealing with two split personalities. It's pretty fire. So, and I feel like it talks about a deep thing of possession. So, but yeah, man. Any questions on that, man? I felt like that's something that's the light work.
I never watched an episode of Power in my life. Why should I?
Why should you? Well, my
I don't
question
mean that
is,
to be funny. I'm just trying to
I know I
want
was
to watch it.
I was trying to be cool with that. I feel like the reason why you should watch it is because most men they are infatuated with the drug game and some reason want to be in the street life, and that you have a man who was forced to be in it, but truly he never wanted to be in it. It's just real. He realized it was something he had to become. So and it shows you a lot how a lot of people try to be in the game when they don't even need to be in it. So I think it's a beautiful show that show you about the life that you choose. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're not into like stuff like that, I suggest you shouldn't watch it, honestly, because it shows you graphic things. So if your mind not ready to handle it, I'm not responsible for it. But what you cooking up right here though, dog?
50 Cent.
Just like the weekly. What
What you
50
gonna
Cent.
say?
was you saying, Breeze?
50 Cent wrote a book with Robert Greene called The 50th Law. It's kind of like a autobiographical narrative. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And any of those old 50 Cent interviews, like right after he got back on his feet after getting shot, or like right before he got shot up, them some good interviews.
Well, since we always got to download for the family, one thing they should get into right here, because this explains how certain people saw 50 Cent in a certain light, and if you get into this, you'll be able to foresee a lot of things and understand the hip hop game through your third eye instead of the two eyes that deceive us. It's literally one of my favorite books. I low key constantly go back to this mug. Right here.
Okay.
When you get a chance, share that, big dog. So right here, if you want to understand who 50 Cent is and how he was looked in a certain eye, is right here through this book, Hip Hop Decoded, right? Understanding modern day matrix. And what a lot of people don't see about allegories or parables, a lot of people say 50 Cent is a Fed because of his name. It's clue to it, 5-0. And in Hip Hop Decoded, he gets into that intricate detail, and then you'll be able to see how there's always a type of glamour being played on you. But you should read that, get into it, and I feel like if you got an ever an account, you take your study seriously.
Glamour, glamour, glamour.
I mean, even in the Matrix, when Neo's looking at that old girl in that simulator, what Morpheus tell him to do? He said, "Look at her again, Neo."
Yeah. I created that bitch. No.
Oh, God, as soon as he got her, old dude said, "Yeah, did you like her? Did you like her?"
Yeah.
You muted, big dog.
What did you actually mean by in Hip Hop Decoded? Like, what was your?
Oh,
What was that about?
They was getting into understanding, looking at 50 Cent in a different light, looking at these rappers in a different light, because a lot of people, when he talked about 50 Cent getting shot up, he speaks on that, and then also he speaks into 50 Cent being a Fed 5-0 because his name gives it away. So just more of a teaser for people to look inside the book to understand how the rappers play a part in this matrix. So, and I thought it was pretty interesting because 50 Cent, he low-key had a come up, and a lot of niggas didn't like him in a way. And then on top of that, people always talk about 50 Cent's true origin story and deeper, how he's really in the game and how he even had certain music out at a certain time and who the niggas he was beefing with. It was a whole dilemma with 50 Cent. Like, when niggas speak 50 Cent, they say heavenly. Pause.
What you mean?
You saw what I mean when they say heavenly?
Yeah.
They look up to 50 Cent. Like he's the perfect nigga to get advice from. I mean, then when you look at that interview with him and Gilly, he was dropping nothing but game. He was like, "Don't start a movie, start a TV show. If you start a TV show, it takes talent. People gonna like the characters. It's gonna grow on people. You start a movie, that shit got to hit, and then if you do hit, it's not gonna be memorable unless you making more movies." He just giving game, and it's like a person like that of power. You gotta understand how they reach that height, or understand why people look at him so like, man, like that. He's that guy. He's him. Is that glamour magic, or is that like a person who actually rose up through the ranks?
I think like go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's both. And another thing, I feel like 50 Cent is like the East Coast Ice Cube. How they obtained a bunch of success and they really just steamrolled dudes as far as the dudes they got in beef with, and then how they got into TV, you know what I mean, and writing and movie production, and then how they made you know movies that's just like pure nigga shit though. You know what I mean? Like like they movies that they and shows that they created is just a rap song if you look at it like that, you know. But I think it's a huge parallel between 50 Cent and Ice Cube. That's all. Even how they like they rap, like they really rap, like they'll fuck you up, like they'll beat you up. Yeah, and it's New York and it's Ice Cube from Compton?
Yep.
Queens of Compton, yeah.
How old was y'all in 2003?
2003, 1992. I was 11.
How old was you, AD?
Well, chat, it's time to hear the truth. I was 3.
See, y'all talk about 50 Cent, man. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax, dog. Y'all gotta chill.
What you mean?
I said that.
Because man, 50 Cent is a force of nature, man. He is a demigod in a world of mere mortals.
No.
And like
I agree because I remember being in elementary school and listening to the Ja Rule and I want to be your chick and what up, the put it on me and all that shit. Soon as Wankster came out, bruh, we was kids. We was like, yeah, we good on that Ja Rule shit. We was kids like, yeah, fuck that Ja Rule shit. You ain't no friend of mine. You ain't no kin of mine. That's what we was on in elementary school. So I agree with you. Like when 50 Cent came out, it was a rap on Ja Rule to this day.
to this day, like there's nothing that Ja Rule can do besides be a lame.
Yeah.
But no, I was just go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I remember when 50 Cent bought all that nigga he bought all his seats to his show when he was beefing with him and shit.
Yeah, that's just funny. That's just funny as hell.
See, I'm like y'all might know 50 Cent like as far as like making like movies and shit, but I'm not familiar with that version of 50 Cent. The 50 Cent that I know is one of the greatest musicians ever to exist on the planet. That he is a GOAT. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about 50 Cent, you're talking about one of the greatest, realest, everybody you talking about that's new, any rapper that's new, they owe their career to 50 Cent. Unless they like super lyrical. But the ability to be a person that just expresses yourself, 50 Cent was the first nigga to come in the game and say, I am a human being. My shit is hard. Like he didn't have a lyric or a style that make you go, I never heard this before. This nigga's amazing. No, his aura. You know how niggas be talking about aura? Like 50 Cent is a master of aura. Like, and he set himself apart from all rappers. You talk about the Jay-Z's, the any top tier rapper that existed before Eminem, before 50 Cent, he have eclipsed them to the point where shit, like Get Rich or Die Trying, that is the biggest album, hip hop album ever. Like you tell me like this nigga is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like anything that he do, I'm sure is going to be a certain level of deepness or certain level of psychology, certain level of like expansion because that nigga is Curtis Jackson, man. That nigga is a real life problem. So it's like when people call him a fed and things like that, it's just like, man, I was in them streets in 2003. And when 50 Cent came out, like not even when he came out with Get Rich or Die Trying, I'm talking about mixtape 50 Cent, man, that shit is like he changed music with those mixtapes. Like he was just he is my child. He is me coming of age. You know what I'm saying? Because like when in 2003, I was 18 years old. You know what I mean? So that's why I asked y'all that because I just have like a certain fondness towards that man as far as like what he's able to do in this game where like most niggas that's contemporaries of 50 Cent, man, they two joints away from smoking crack. And look what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Any name of 50 Cent contemporary, compare Ja Rule to 50 Cent today. That shit is scary.
Nah, you can't do that. One thing to add to your point about like his aura, when 50 Cent came out, he was beefing with the whole Wu-Tang clan.
Damn.
Like dissing the whole 36 chambers, bruh. Yeah. Like, and this was when Old Dirty Bastard was still, on Earth, man. Like, yeah. So 50 Cent is an embodiment of Mars energy, used directed in the way that you want to direct it, because one thing, like, he's all about his health. They say he don't smoke, he don't drink, he work out multiple times a day. He's very punctual, you know what I mean? He's able to be himself in every room he walk into, and he educate himself on his own. Like, is nothing you can do to really stop him.
Man's a force of nature.
You got to hit him with an airplane or some shit to stop him.
Yeah, he figures something out. What you feel about 50 Cent, Serpent?
I kind of feel like he picked up on that 7-Day Theory energy and ran with it. Like he took that frequency that Pac died on, and he picked it up and took it to the next level. So 50 Cent is monumental in New York for one reason, that his Get On record was a record that dissed everybody in the industry. But not only was it that he decided to use that as his platform to get on, he also would show up wherever these dudes was at. Like, if you feel some type of way about what I said, do something. So his energy is the ultimate Debo energy. And not only that, he's smart as hell. And he's I would say he's the right kind of opportunistic, right? Like he doesn't take chances on short things. He'll create a thing and then ride that wave and then sell that thing and jump onto another wave. So like I think sort of like Jay, but maybe a little bit better socially wise. Like he meshed and molded the street life with the corporate life. And his power, his impact is unquestionable. No matter how many times people call him a rat, he does have probably arguably the best hip hop album of all time. And like you can miss me with the Pac shit and Machiavelli because he had to die for that to go down, right? You can miss me with the other one from Pac. What was the other one that people love from Pac that he dropped before he died? Like
All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me. They like to call that the best album of all time. You can miss me with that. You can miss
It's
me.
not.
You can miss me with the Dr. Dre Chronic shit, right? You could miss me with most of these albums. Like the only album I think even remotely compares to that album is like a fucking compilation mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no artist that created a disc that you could play from front to back without even remotely thinking about skipping a song. You know what I'm saying?
And every song is a classic.
And then get to the end of the shit and want to replay it. You know what I'm saying? Like even your favorite artists, like sometimes you get to the end of their shit, you just stop, listen to music for the day, or go do something else. With his shit, I would literally play his shit and start it over.
I would argue that It's Dark and Hell is Hot is just as good, if not better.
It's Dark and Hell is Hot. DMX?
Yeah.
Close. It's
I knew
close.
I knew that was coming.
It's close.
Here, you know what I like
if that's the case, and if that's the case, then I gotta add in We Are the Streets with LOX's first album. I gotta add that in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, their second album, like the album that they left Bad Boy with, the We Are the Streets album.
That shit was hard. Yeah.
That album is crazy.
That's Money, Power, Respect.
Money, Power, Respect.
But I would say y'all gotta be subjective with y'all arguments. But you're not gonna find an album with In the Club on it.
No.
And you're not gonna find an album from one like it's songs on It's Dark and It's Hell is Hot that most people don't know. But when you talk about Get Rich or Die Trying, damn near every song people know. You know what I mean?
They know it word for word too.
Like it's just so many classics on that CD that like that shit sold 10 million copies, bro. like
ain't that Diamond?
It's darker. Yeah, that's Diamond.
That's Diamond.
You only talking about Eminem at this point that ever did that in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And Eminem is a white boy. So is this country 90% white? So Eminem going diamond, not as impressive as 50 Cent going diamond. And that's just what I mean. Just the magnitude of that one album is really like you'll never see another Get Rich or Die Trying. Now DMX, shit, one of the best. Like that 2 album run is Dark and Hell is Hot, and then Blood of My Blood, Flesh of My Flesh. Like play those back to back. You know what I'm saying? Those is good albums, just a little bit too dark and demonic to be compared to Get Rich or Die Trying. Just sonically, the energy, the way that bitches move to it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just as far as like an objective point of view, it's no hip hop album comparable. That's a diamond seller. That's hard. That's just not like pop. It's just hip hop, gangster rap, doing 10 million albums. That shit's crazy.
You know what I thought was fire, Serpent, that you said that 50 Cent learned how to combine the street world with the corporate. and it was an interview that he simply said. He said, "Well, the businessman and a gangster, you know, they're alike, but one's telling you the truth, one's telling you a lie. A businessman will rob you and put a contract in front of you, while a gangster, he'll let you know it's a robbery." So I liked how he kind of like explained those two. It was pretty cool. It kind of showed me like how he really like tries to articulate and see things from a deeper perspective, and from a perspective of like a general going through a war. Like in his character and power that he orchestrated, he was a mastermind, a person that loved to play chess. Like he kind of has some authenticness to his character and power that you can kind of see like, oh, this could really be 50 Cent. Like no fucking cap.
Yeah, I can't go past the music point. I'm not going to speak to the potentiality of a particular character trait or not. What I can say unequivocally is that you can't tell me that high level sorcery wasn't a part of it, because his boss was Eminem, who is, just happens to be the grandson of McGregor Mathers. So
yeah, him and Eminem.
If we really want to dive into this, right? If we really want to go that far, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to talk about his character because I you know what I'm saying? But we could talk about the sorcery. We could talk about that, because I just heard Hood Mystic say, "It's Dark and Hell is Hot" is a dark album. Do you remember listening to 50 Cent album? You don't think that shit dark and demonic?
It's dark. It's dark, but I can play 50 Cent for the hoes though. I could be chilling with I was 18, man. You was in your 20s, nigga. You know that 50 Cent, the hoes was listening to it. The hoes was vibing.
You can play How It's Going Down for the hoes.
True. But that shit like the snake, the rat, the cat, the dog. How you gonna see it when you live in?
Nah, that was on. That was on Flesh in My Flesh. But I'm just trying to put albums out there. Like I feel like, man, the fucking Carter 3 was a really good hip hop album.
No, I mean, from a hip hop purist perspective, we could have that conversation.
Yeah,
like I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't listen to fucking Get Rich or Die Trying religiously, but I'm just saying from an objective point of view, we have never seen an artist like 50 Cent, and we have never seen an artist like It's Dark as Hell is Hot. Like, and the same goes for Jay-Z, DMX, and all of that. But like DMX, Jay-Z, they were signed to Def Jam. Like Def Jam is more of an institution. Def Jam would buy 1 million albums type shit just to get their shit going.
Yeah, you're talking about the star versus the system. So
right.
50 Cent was a star, even though Jay-Z and DMX were stars, they also had systems behind them. Like the only thing 50 Cent initially had behind him when he dissed everybody in the industry was Jam Master Jay. And people didn't know he had Jam Master Jay behind him until, shit started getting weird out there in Queens for them. So he did have an inside leg with Jam Master Jay. Because if we want to talk about that, we could talk about that too. Because Jam Master Jay is the godfather of DJing. He did come from the best rap group of all time, being Run DMC. So we see some parallels here. You got Run DMC, you got Eminem, you got Jam Master Jay, you got Dr. Dre, then you got
the Beastie Boys, you got fucking the Rubin nigga. What's Rubin? What's his first name?
Oh, that's the producer.
Rick Rubin. Yeah, it's all Def Jam. They all doing high level sorcery. We got Paul Rosenberg, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know what they doing at this particular point in time.
Everybody.
Like this is like in the midst of Napster, but niggas would still go to the CD.
This is AOL dial-up time.
Niggas would still buy the CD too. So the more, if you go to 2005, shit, at that point, I'm downloading everything. You know what I'm saying? But in 2003, I might buy some shit.
But if you was technically savvy and you knew the ins and outs, you knew that you could just buy one copy and just dub that shit 5,000
Facts.
times. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we had the 10 CD changer, bootleg,
Mm-hmm.
all that type of energy. But I'm saying, like, as far as a collective, niggas was still a little bit more programmed to go to Tower Records or Best Buy, buy a CD. So music at 2003, that's the end, right? It's over for the music industry at that. So even like if we progress into time, maybe it's better albums, but niggas downloaded that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas downloaded the fuck out that shit. So from like 2003 to 2010, we have basically an open market when it comes to music. And then it gets synthesized into Apple Music and Spotify, which was why they had to come up with the phones anyways, because niggas was, the music industry was dead, and now it's trying to get itself back on tilt, but it can't really recover because now people do not buy music at all. Nobody in this world is programmed to buy a CD.
When
But 20 years ago, you was.
When did you say? When did you say? Not to cut your wisdom. When did you say hip hop was dead?
2003.
Hip hop died. When did Nas drop Hip Hop is Dead?
2006.
2005. So 2003.
He knew what he was talking about.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That was a really good album.
That was the time he was actually getting blackballed out of the industry by everybody that was under the thumb of Jay-Z and Rock Nation, and so forth and so on. It wasn't until Jay did that shit with him and bringing him on stage that people start normally accepting him, as much as they used to. But yeah, right after that.
See, chat. This is why you keep a team around you, and you got a team that's been all over. Because when I was listening to Hip Hop Dead, it's just me clicking on Nas album like, man, I'm trying to get to know this nigga. That nigga say he hard. But since I surrounded myself with spiritual men that know the game, they getting me hip on this shit. So it's just like, now you know. But
these things are markers in my lifetime, bro. Like my childhood, started with running behind everything that Rakim and Kool G Rap did. Like you couldn't tell me nothing about Rakim and Kool G Rap. I would argue with any KRS-One fan in the world. Like that's how I felt about those two dudes. And then we move forward. We go into NWA, Mobb Deep, Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls. Like, bro, like those markers are there for me. So 2005, 2006, we're talking about my second bid. I was in for 4 years straight that time, and yeah, I didn't even get to hear this on the outside. Somebody had to play it over the phone for me through the jack, and at that time, nobody really cared about rap, bro. It was like maybe one or two artists that people was checking for. You know what I'm saying? And one of those artists just happened to be 50 Cent and his whole G Unit squad. Like it didn't matter what was out. Whenever they dropped, people was on it, bro. And it was insightful to the point where he always seems like he was ready to instigate something, and I think that's what people loved about him. You know what I'm saying? He was mad confrontational. He was mad willing to be in your face, and he didn't care about how much bread you had. You know what I'm saying? So, and he had two of the GOATs backing him, bro. He had Eminem and Dr. Dre backing him. Like you can't have a better backing system than that. Like honestly,
that's crazy, man. You see, you had a real art show to watch. Now people gonna come to me and talk about how Young Thug being in jail was more traumatized. And then
Niggas can't even talk to me about Young Thug. I seen you in a dress, bro, like a wedding dress. Like, you talk to me about certain people, bro. Like, honestly, like I'll hear it. Okay, all right. I've never listened to a Young Thug album. I've never listened to a Young Thug song. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not beat. I'm Gucci.
But just to go back to hip hop is dead, because Nas, in my book, Nas is one of the all time greatest writers of our time.
Started
But
J. Cole.
Strategist.
um
He's a great strategist.
um Hip Hop is Dead was dropped on DMX's birthday, December 19th. This was his
Yeah,
last
2 days after
album
mine.
with this was his last album with Def Jam. And then like the album start off where it's some New York rap shit, and then it goes on to like talk about the music industry. And then it goes into like a song called Where Are They Now, where he basically like naming those people like Cool G Rap, um, Rakim, KRS-One, MC Shan, you know what I mean, Roxanne Shante and all of them, you know, Grandmaster Flash, Cool Herc and all of them. And then it goes into a song that's called Who's Killed It. And he literally talk about the origin of rap. And Nas called himself the street disciple, you know, and he really like lay out the game. Like if you want the history of hip hop, you gotta listen to Nas, because he gonna give you everything. He even got a song called The Autobiography of Rakim, where he just lay out everything, you know.
Mhm.
But I just think it's
Is that
interesting.
on? Is that on nigger?
No, all of this is on Hip Hop is Dead, but the Untitled album
The
is the
autobiography?
oh, the autobiography of Nas, that or Rakim, that is
No,
on
yeah.
Street's Disciple. That's on Street Disciple.
Okay, yeah. But that was the one where that like Nas discography, man, it's so beautiful. Like
Bro,
like
it's immaculate.
bro, I can't even. I'm like emotional, bro. Like, but his discography, dog, that's another that's another rapper that really
You can
Bruh,
hate
is
me
my
now,
childhood.
but
like
you won't stop now.
Nas is an unofficial third parent to me.
Like for real, like anything. Like I don't really like Illmatic. I'm gonna just put that out there. But from It Was Written to I Am to Nostradamus to Streets Disciple to Godson to Hip Hop Is Dead to
Lost
Nigger,
tapes.
the Lost Tapes, like that encapsulates me growing up and becoming a man. You feel me?
Well,
Like
this
it's
this my
certain
thing.
things that you learn from him that you can't learn from nowhere else.
And
Even
I
to this
feel
day, I just still reference like from Timbuktu when we used to get books. I was looking up for Babylon and Timbuktu, thinking
yeah,
about Nas. Like
yeah.
he was the first person I heard say Timbuktu in my
Yep,
life, type shit.
yep.
I feel like if you really a Nas fan, you love that ether.
Hell no.
I
If you a
only said
Nas
that 'cause
fan,
you don't like-
if you a Nas fan, you hate Ether because you know he stooped so low to just be in a rap battle.
Man,
Like if you listen to Ether, that shit is disgusting. That shit sound just like Not Like Us to me. Like these niggas is going to the
did
depths
you hear
of
about the rumor where they
too
said he
talented
had
for
to
that
change
shit.
the song? Did you hear the rumor about Ether where they said he had to change the song where he was going too hard, talking about it was Jay-Z fault that Leah crashed on that plane and shit.
Yeah, all that is crazy. What if
But
LeBron went to go play high school? Y'all be like, come on, man. You too good for this, bro. That's the same thing as them niggas Not Like Us and Ethers.
nah,
The same type of song.
hood. I disagree, bro. You sound like Morgan Freeman on Lean on Me right now, man. Ether was ether, bro. That shit was blue flame, bro.
Right off the gate. Fuck Jay-Z.
That was a Nas
How
ad
do you
lib in the
compare
beginning.
that?
That
How do
was
you compare
Tupac in the
that to
beginning of Ether.
how do y'all compare that to Takeover? Like,
Man,
have you ever sat and listened to Takeover though?
take over cool. Take over cool. But the thing is, Jay-Z dropped
What made Nas come out with Ether is what I'm asking.
because Jay-Z dropped Super Ugly and then Take Over.
And
So
he was hating on Blueprint real bad too.
to me, Ether was like no Vaseline.
Don't do that. Don't do
He
that.
steamrolled Jay-Z and kept it
Don't do that.
moving.
Don't do that.
He steamrolled him and kept
Don't
it
do that.
moving, bro.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Lord,
Right off the gate.
Lord, please
Oh,
don't do that.
Jay-Z.
Cause you know, Jay-Z overrated, bro.
That's a
Jehovah?
matter. That's a matter of perception, but you're welcome to it.
Jay-Z's overrated, man.
Hey, you gotta be careful, man. We got a real JC.
He's nice, but I mean, to me, and I digress after this. To me, Jay-Z is a white Jewish man in a nigga suit.
So disrespectful.
I meant
Like,
I meant to
You
be.
heard that for nigga. He's sitting on that.
He's a real disrespectful young nigga today. Like I
meant to
normally
be.
look at
you
you
like the
A. Every other day, you like the young nigga that I look up to.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, today, he's a disrespectful young nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Purpose.
Like that's how I feel about you right now. So
On purpose.
disrespectful. Okay, first of all, for an individual to go platinum every single time out the gate, yeah, you're gonna have to talk about that. Like you're gonna have to talk about that, right? There's not an album that came out that didn't go platinum. You're gonna have to talk about that, right? Second, I mean, nobody ever seen this nigga write a rhyme down. I mean, ever. Only him and Biggie are the only ones that people have ever seen do this. Like, I don't understand. Like, how is it that I can be overrated, but I can remember every rhyme in my head? You need your laptop, you need your BlackBerry, you need all of these different books that you need to correspond with, and my rhyme is still just as good as yours, if not better, and I ain't wrote shit down. You're gonna have to explain this overrated shit to me, because that shit didn't even
I would say that the color is black, like we can all see what the color black is, and Jay-Z is the greatest of all time.
All time,
it's not even close.
That's not even
He
a
is
question
the
in
best.
my eyes.
He
This
is the best.
This is just a discrepancy between generations.
Yeah,
it gotta be.
I was born in '79, so I got to go through all of these dudes. You dig me? And I landed on Jay after Rakim, KRS-One, and Small. You dig what I'm saying? Like this is after all of them, bro.
The Book of Hove exhibition, dog. Are we? Like, did you see Jay-Z? Jay-Z on Bill Maher gave him a whole book of every single rhyme he ever wrote it in a book and gave it to him. Like, bro, like, who? And I know, like, the Jewish, I do feel like this nigga is performing high level sorcery, but shit, that shit worked.
All right, and now here's the best part. Here's my favorite part, right? So he wrote Dr. Dre's album. He wrote an album for Snoop. He wrote 2 albums for Lil Wayne. Oh yeah. The Lil Wayne that everybody loves, you know, the I Am Not a Human Being, the greatest freestyle of all time. He wrote his first 2 albums. That's why they had that bond, and he was ready to leave Cash Money.
Man, he didn't write the Carter, man.
First 2 albums came from
The Block
Jay.
is Hot.
Came from Jay. Came from Jay. Sorry to tell you, brother. Sorry to tell you. You know that dude Exhibit on the West Coast? Oh yeah, he wrote for him too. Let me see who else.
Jay-Z wrote The Block is Hot in 500 Degrees.
Bro, there's a reason why he can't be touched in these anals and they gotta assassinate his character on TV. Bro, he knows where the real bodies is buried with these niggas. That's why he's saying, baby, you got baby money. Like, bro, I wrote for your best artist. Like, the idea that you're going to say I'm broke and this dude is better than me is weird. It's weird. Because we all know after Jay-Z, he went and paid Gilly to write for Lil Wayne. But we're not going to talk about these things. We're not going to talk about these things.
Nobody watching this video.
And Jay Mills. Remember, Jay Mills was the greatest freestyle battler rapper in New York, right? He goes to Cash Money and never puts out an album. I wonder why. Because he's the pen for the entire group. This is why Ice Cube is so relevated over there in NWA, because Ice Cube wrote for Eazy-E, he wrote for Dr. Dre, MC Ren, MC Yella. He wrote for the entire squad. That's why when he made No Vaseline, he had a lot of ammunition. You dig me? So the difference between Jay and Nas, okay, Nas's rhyme was really good, but Nas lied in his rhyme. If you go back to Takeover, there's not a lie in there about anything he said pertaining to that man. So if we rhyming together and you use lies that sound really good, and I use the truth and it also sounds really good, which one is really better? I don't know. I'm just saying, asking for a friend.
But rap is performative.
I know.
It's about
But
the
if I can tell the truth and still perform, are you telling me the lie with the performance is better? I'm just saying.
Ether was better than Takeover, man.
It's just the fact of like we have this conversation, but it's just like Takeover inspired. He like Nas had to write Ether because Takeover was so good. Like it was so fucking good that Ether gets a lot of credit. Like it gets a lot of notoriety, but it's like standing on the ashes of Takeover.
Yeah,
like Takeover, like if you ever get a chance, man, just listen to Takeover. Like, and imagine a world where you don't know that Jay-Z and Nas have beef. And then it was like he previewed the Takeover. And so the verse goes, ask Nas, he don't want it with Hove. No. And then in the preview, the song just cuts off. So we in the streets listening to mixtapes, we just hear that part where he say, ask Nas, he don't want it with Hove. No. And then we just like, damn, this is crazy. And then you buy the CD. And then you cut on track 2. And then Takeover comes on. And then he goes into a scathing third verse where he's just crushing Nas. Like crushing Nas. Nas did not have a career after Takeover. Please. Like this nigga was rapping for his. Bruh. No, I'm telling you, Jabri. I'm telling you the truth.
Same way you're talking about. The same way you're talking about 50 Cent destroying Ja Rule. Yeah. Jay-Z wiped Nas off the face of the earth, bro. Bro.
The dates between Ether and Takeover is probably about a year. Ether resurrected Nas. You got it. That's what makes it so viral, because he was dead. He was dead, bro.
He was done, bro. He was dead. Listen, it's just like the situation with Drake, right? If I make a diss record to you and it takes you 8 diss records to come up with one really good one, bro. And just because you're a fan, but you only heard the 8th one, right? You didn't hear all the misses he had before that. It's like, bro.
Because, like, I'll say this, though. Because it's like, when he made the Ether, when he had to scratch that first one, he really couldn't say all that hot shit he was saying. So when he made the second part, some of the shit he was saying wasn't all that hot, especially when he was even talking shit about Blueprint. I mean, shit. Who all don't got an opinion about Blueprint?
Yeah, you had to be there, bro. Because the Blueprint one, the first Blueprint, if you don't listen to that all the way through, then we can't have no conversations about Jay-Z. If you haven't listened to Blueprint,
that might be the number 2 album,
then we can't have a conversation because y'all not gonna get it. You dig me? Y'all speaking from the lyrics that y'all liked at that time and the wave that y'all was on based off y'all fandom. But if you don't listen to all of the Blueprint one, then you just not gonna ever get it.
That was album, and you're not comparing the Blueprint to nothing. Like you, like as far as like sales, it's like Get Rich or Die Trying. But like music samples, the CD had Kanye West and Just Blaze going back to back, nigga. What the like? Kanye your West. Brain has to just fucking just go into fucking mush listening to those beats, like just the beats and the lyrics. Nobody ever hated on Blueprint.
Yeah, think about Kanye
like
as
Blueprint
a rookie.
Is a classic.
Think about Kanye as a rookie, because that was Kanye as a rookie. Literally, like when you
Just
listen to the
Blaze.
production on that shit, that is Kanye as a baby, just trying to get his contract. Listen,
Facts.
Kanye and Just Blaze, holy shit, bro. Holy shit, bro.
Like going back to back on the same album.
I love Nas, but
Hey, hungry Kanye. You see that in the comments? Hungry Kanye.
mm-hmm.
Like though you gotta listen to the blueprint. Like it's, I don't know, it gotta be like a goddamn John Coltrane album or some shit like that. It is when this nigga Jay-Z called that album The Blueprint, he knew what the fuck he was doing when he named that shit that, because it is the literal blueprint. If you want to be like, damn, I want to make a classic album, you better listen to the blueprint because it hits every single note, like every single, like for the backpackers, for the hood niggas, for the niggas that like lyrics, for the niggas that like R&B, like for the girl songs, like the bonus tracks. Like the only thing the blueprint is missing is a skit. Song Cry, oh my fucking god, bro. Nas could never. I love Nas. I love Nas, but he can never do a Song Cry. Like Song Cry, track number 4. Oh my god, bro. What are we talking about?
Song Cry is tantamount to Brenda's Got a Baby. I swear to God. Like the way niggas love Pox and Brenda's Got a Baby, like that's what Song Cry is for me, bro.
Like, what the fuck was niggas smoking before they made that beat, bro? Like, you gotta imagine a nigga just never hearing no shit like that ever in his life. And these songs is coming back to back to back. Like, it's that, and then it's Watch the Throne.
Yeah,
like, it's that and Watch the Throne.
We forgot to mention he didn't only have Just Blaze and a young Kanye, young hungry Kanye. He also had Timbaland. He had a sober Timbaland.
Fucking Bink. Oh my god.
There's not a group or artist in the 90s or 2000s that didn't want a beat from Timbaland. Like everybody wanted production from Timbaland. Everybody.
So I'm gonna say this. It is a discrepancy with the generations because everybody in my generation says American Gangster is better than Blueprint.
I wouldn't even argue with that because American Gangster is a soundtrack. I wouldn't even argue with that.
But you can't. But none of those songs are comparable. Song for song, track for track. Like if I show you this track, let me just show you this Blueprint track list, right? Like you can't find a better track list of songs. Like just as far as like The Ruler's Black, that's really just a throwaway song. But Takeover, Crazy, Hova, H to the is O, V to the is A, Kanye, Crazy, girls, like girls all over the world. Oh my god. And Jigga, that nigga Jigga, we can throw that away. You don't know, that's when shit gets crazy.
Yeah,
1 billion, 2 million, 3 million, 4, 18 months, 30 million more. You are now looking at one smart black boy. Like Hola Jovito, you can throw that away. Heart of the City, classic. Never Change, classic. Song Cry, classic. He stole All I Need. We just figured that out with that Ostino interview. Mm-hmm. Renegade, classic. Eminem did kill him on this, but still,
yeah. See, that's what I want.
Body of work.
That's what I want to talk about earlier about the shit talking because a lot of niggas keep going on the Eminem shit. And then even Nas was trying to piggyback off that for his diss. But that's why I want to ask y'all on that. Like, did M really eat him up on that shit, Paul?
I believe M got the
one of the best verse. Yes, it's one of the best verse I ever heard.
But
that shit will bring chills to you.
If you asking me, in my 30-year career, if there's only a discrepancy between two battles or two, comparisons that I might have lost, being Nas and Eminem, I'm good with that. I will take that every day of the week, bro. 30 years, bro, we talking about. Every album platinum we talking about. Sold more records than the Beatles we talking about. Yeah, that was him before it was Drake, okay? So what we really saying is the longevity and the depth of the lyricism plus the production bro.
Plus the hits, add in the hits, because a lot of niggas be hard, but they can't make a hit song. Meaning you gotta have a level of witchcraft. So if me and you do a song and we play it for niggas and they be like, man, that shit cool. That's because our witchcraft ain't up to par. But if you put out a song and it's going viral and it's sticking and it's fucking 20 years later, we know it word for word, man, hats off to you. And there is nobody like that it's nobody in rap that can like check the boxes and still stand as a pop star. It's a couple of people, but mainly I'll look at Jay-Z as just an artist. Like 50 Cent, he a force of nature. Jay-Z is a goddamn fucking god. You know what I'm saying? Like he put the fucking shit in play for a nigga like 50 Cent to even be able to be who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and we're talking about high level sorcery, right, big bro?
Hell yeah, that's what we're talking about.
He named his record company Rockefeller. Who's the richest man known in history?
Mansa Musa.
You watch too much TV. I'm just talking about the recorded one, okay? Bro. Yeah, like that
what's the name of Nas's record label?
yeah. Ill Will Records.
Come on, man.
Look, man, all this hate, but I know them niggas love King Disease 1 through 3. I know they fuck.
Hell no, I'm not listening to Nas. I'm not listening to Nas past 2008. Like I'm done.
Yeah,
like after
New York State of Mind, I'm done. I'm done after New York State of Mind.
All that shit with Hit Boy and all that. Like I'll listen to it. That shit's just ass. You know, niggas just
that Uchi Wally era. Uchi Wally. Bro. Yeah,
nigga. I don't know. Nigga be rapping. It don't stick. Like it's high level sorcery. Like I feel like if Jay-Z put out an album, nobody would give a fuck. You know, like it's
now. Like
you got to be able to do sorcery, and what artists think that it is. Like, say for instance, we like, oh, we can all do music. We can just post it on SoundCloud or some shit like that. That's what fucks it up. People just put out music, streams. Like, what's your favorite song out this year? What is your new favorite song?
It ain't even rap no more.
I couldn't even tell you.
Cause they don't do witchcraft no more. They don't actually foster the song within your subconscious mind for it to stick. And that's what actually took place. Like goddamn record labels, like that. That's what it's about. But now people think it's about music and talent, and that never existed. It was always the best magician going to win. That's what it always been.
I love that we got here to this part of the conversation, because we get to say that about every single fucking entertainer that exists. Like, if we want to add in Hollywood, if we want to add in any sort, if you want to add in the sports, we already talked about that a couple of weeks ago. All of this shit is high level sorcery, rooted in glamour. So, understanding that, and then understanding that they just simply don't have the hold on us that they used to have on us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, that could be a couple of different things, but I think it's more along the lines of what Hood is saying. Like, they're not doing sorcery in that manner anymore. I think the sorcery is coming from a different place. I think the sorcery is coming from social media now.
Oh, heavy. Yeah, I really love this conversation, power combo. I just feel like you don't hear this type of talk about the rap game a lot. Like you said, just like no one cares about it. And the only times that you can really talk about some powerful shit is back in the day. We talk about today, you just hear a lot of like Rico bullshit, music that's really not powerful, just a lot of street beef that ain't real.
Yeah, I mean now they selling you the personality. They ain't selling you the music no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
that's
that's
why like
fact.
you see everybody that want to be like little Dirks in them or whatever.
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah,
what.
whoever the poppin' dude, whatever is trending, people just trying to do. People trying to do social media content. Like even like real artists, they can't even get no real run because people don't care no more. We going through a massive shift in consciousness right now, and the reality is that the things that used to work, they just don't work anymore. And we all I feel like we all should be trying to figure out what's the new shit. like, like we should all be trying to figure that out.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
consumerism has changed.
Mhm.
The consciousness is changing. The mercantile industry is changing. There's hundreds of thousands of layoffs going on all over the globe because of new AI is being implemented in these warehouses. You know, there's a lot of backdoor stuff that's going on that the distractions are making it impossible for people to pay attention to. And by the time they're ready to care about paying attention to the things that are important, it's going to be too fucking late.
Yeah,
You
I like how you said that, bro. Because when you think about it, if you want to be a person to put like if you want to push your stuff on social media and stuff, it's like everybody gonna look at you as like, wow, he trying to be an influencer now. Whether if you really got something to push, whether if you got something really to offer, they're gonna be like, yeah, like I see you trying to be an influencer now, AD. I'm like, I'm like, dang, I can't build a funding and everything before I just try to push it out and wonder why nobody don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like people not gonna see you for the art. They gonna see like what who are you? What are you bringing? Do you really got followers? Do you really got money? Like if you don't got the looks nowadays, they don't care. They don't care about the burn.
when you think about it, it fits. It fits because uh, this year has been a year of revelation, correct? So all of these artists and entertainers that have been so quote unquote exposed this year, now it makes sense for the transition to be let me come into your house and find out how you live to get to know you that way before we go and do all of this extra shit like spending money with you and you know what I mean? Like we did it backwards back in the days. Like all you had to do was have a hit song or a hit movie or blah blah blah, and we gonna spend that bread, right? Now it's at a point where it's like, yeah, you probably fake, you probably a CIA agent. I can't trust you. Yeah, this is the Matrix. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers ain't beat now. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense for everything to gear towards that area where people want to know who you actually are. You know what I'm saying? People can't trust people no more.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I was just going to say like at the point that AD is at, I feel like that's like more to do with like shadow work because when you are on your path, on your mission, that's the only thing that matters. But when we don't fully do shadow work, we're low key, maybe high key concerned about the external and how it's going to play out. But the reality of taking risk is that intuitively you should know that the risk is going to pan out. Externally, they like this nigga crazy, but you should expect that, right?
Yeah.
And this is through wisdom, right? You expect people to look at you like, how in the fuck is you going to do it? But you shouldn't feed into that because if you feed into it, I'll give you an example. When I was beginning my conscious journey, I was doing a lot of like spell work and a lot of rituals, and they was working. Like I written in my notebook, my grimoire, how I wanted to manifest a black van. And within a month, I had a black van and I had everything that I wanted. And then my aunt had sent me a text saying, what you doing? And I'm just like, enjoying life. She's like, you need to get a fucking job. And that sunk in whatever she said, it hit right into my subconscious. I said, damn, I need to get a job. And so I lost the truck within that week. I mean, the van within that week, and
Oh,
I had to get a job.
No.
Right. And that was within my mentality to find a job. Everything that I had going for myself, it just vanished. And I'm just trying to find a job at a temp service. So I say all of that to say, if you want to be magically inclined and purpose driven, that's all you should fixate and focus on. Like if a person is looking at you a certain type of way, it's two things. One, who gives a fuck, and two, a person can only perceive of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have something that they trying to do or trying to get off. And you might be can help them or you might be in the way, but they don't even fully perceive of you on no level. So when we perceive of people perceiving of us, that's an indication it's time to do motherfucking shadow work. So by the end of it, you should be like, man, I don't give a fuck what people say. I'm about to post 3 times a day on this motherfucking Instagram and call me what you want to call me, but I'm trying to get off these goddamn lion's mane mushrooms. It ain't about being an influencer. It's about doing business. It's about free promotion. If you post on YouTube, you can post a video on YouTube, nigga, for free.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Fuck being an influencer. You can promote your business for free.
Because think of that, it's either you consuming or you promoting.
Period. You either getting your shit off or you buying some shit. And I just can't be that type of person. And I want everybody around me to motherfucking at least fucking try. I don't give a fuck what's happening because nigga, it is no secret formula or secret recipe besides action. That's it. You gotta actually try. You actually gotta put yourself out there. If you worried about what other people are thinking and feeling and saying, you probably not gonna put yourself out there as hard as you should. That's a tragedy to your progeny, to your kids, kids. What could you be in life? Do you really see what you could be in life? I wish I was 24 and I knew what I could be in life. First thing I would do is never give a fuck about what other people think and what other people feel. The second thing I would do is only do me. Like I would only do me so hard that I don't even know what niggas think about me. Like I'm so caught up in me. So you look up at 30 years and you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no girl for real. You could just focus on yourself till you 32 and be rich as hell. Or you could worry about how other people feel about you and be walking in the depths of shadows of a world that don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I hear that, you know what I'm saying, I'm always indicate that a person do some real shadow work to make sure that they not projecting what they feel about themselves onto other people.
Nah, you mess around, look at somebody, and you'll see him in a certain light, but whatever feeling and emotion that person you see in that person or is bringing upon you is going to be related towards a whole nother person. Like if you have a problem with authority figures, it's because sometimes you don't like your parents and how they are with you. So you get this authority figure, mostly like a father figure. You don't like your boss because it just gives you them dad vibes. Like, man, this nigga trying to run me. Do.
Facts. I mean, but like authority is good, but then if you don't do shadow work, you know what I'm saying? You hate motherfucking authority figures, but it's all relation to you.
What I miss?
We was just chopping it up about
So-
shadow work.
So think about this, bro. It's crazy how we was thinking about staying ahead and trying to see what's new. What we was talking about today that relates to that. Uranus.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Awakening yourself to shit. So it's like for how would you give somebody a thought in mind or a way to work with their Uranus in their chart? So
That's
we
a
talk
good
about
question.
awakening yourself to the collective and yourself.
It's an excellent question. What you think, Breeze?
I would say with first we got to talk about what is Uranus, and Uranus is a planet that takes 84 years to make its return. So it's more of a multiple generational type of energy. Um, I would even go as far as saying like you need to be in the space of understanding like the healing work, the generational healing work. You got to be willing to sacrifice yourself so that the people that come after you can 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 start from ground zero and not from ground -50, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is it's kind of accepting the cards that you've been dealt and playing them to the best of your abilities, I would say, with Uranus. And it's all about the next age, you know what I mean? The next thing to come, you know. I would say personally, I'm in tune with my Uranus. A lot of people in my generation, I was born in 1992, our Uranus and our Neptune are conjunct inside of
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Capricorn.
hell yeah. Hell
So
yeah. That's the shit right there.
yeah, and mine's yeah, and mine's is in the third house. So,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times the way I communicate with people is real unfiltered. You know, a lot of times when my girl get mad at me, like we irritate each other, but when I irritate her, I tell her some truthful shit and she be mad. But it's just kind of like I am being empathetic with you because if I really said what I wanted to say, you'll be ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's just figuring out how can I communicate spiritual truths in a simpler way and demystify it. That's how I'm connected with that Uranus and Neptune conjunction in Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Because I truly feel like things like tarot, things like meditation, the Bible, astrology is for everybody, but people get in a certain space where it's like I can't do that, but they can. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I love you. I love how you break shit down. But it's like to me, astrology is just like telling the weather. You know what I mean? You go outside and see, oh shit, it's probably gonna rain later. I look at astrology like that. Oh shit, maybe I need to stop spending money and figure out how I can make it with what's in the refrigerator for the rest of the week. Like little stuff like that. Um, yeah, because Uranus is beyond the veil as well, so it deals with a lot of channeling, masculine energy. I look at Uranus as like the judgment card, the Hebrew letter Shin, representing like the awakening. Like it's literally to me, Uranus is the book of Revelations. That's it. I know
It
I did
is
a lot of
known as
rambling.
it's known as the Great Awakening. The Great
Yeah,
Awakener. So
yeah. Uranus is the book of Revelations.
Yeah, I like how you said that. Can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, my shit's over here tripping. So if I disappear out of nowhere, you know why. But yeah, because I like how you said that Uranus is Revelations, and they talk about Lucifer's trapping in Revelations. So when you think about Prometheus, because that's another thing I had brought up, I was thinking about Uranus and Prometheus relating to each other. And then, even Bobby Hemmett relates Prometheus and Lucifer to each other. So I just like the concept of, the Awakener and both of them, how Lucifer got in trouble for both of them. They both rebelled. As what Prometheus brought, he brought fire. And when you think about it in Greek mythology, when the humans were there, they didn't have no immortality, no soul to them until Prometheus brought the fire down and brought them the soul, brought them the knowledge, brought them all these things, and the people misused it. You know what I'm saying? So seeing the active rebellion and then the understanding of fire is a deep thing because that's why we really talk about the flame. Because that flame is an aspect of your inner you, your soul, And when you think about the flame, that is literally Altus in Kabbalah, the first world. And each world is a way of how God communicates with us. So when you think about fire, and when you think about when we brought up hip hop decoded, the element of fire is speech, right? When you speak, you're spitting fire. So that equations of the word is God and God is the word, it just shows that relation into the first world. And just especially how fire is just an important key, that important element that we should understand. So
Yeah, I mean, we all have to be awakened to something, and I feel like Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Those are energies that we should understand collectively, and we should also understand personally. And like in a real sense, we don't know what life is. We have been told what life is, but let's just imagine a revelation and an awakening that should reveal or awaken you to something outside of what you already know about life. And I feel like when you activate these planets in your chart, this is in my third house. Like I promise y'all, when I was able to figure out and do the decode on my chart of Pluto, well, actually, this is a little off. I don't know because of the chart. Let me fix the chart. But anyways, in my chart, Pluto is in the first house, Uranus is in the second house, and Neptune is in the third house in sequential order. When I looked at my chart and I really looked at it, my life changed, bro. When I said, okay, Neptune is in my third house, my house of communication, that meant something. You know what I mean? That literally meant something in my soul, which made me want to start a YouTube channel, which made me want to start a blog, which made me want to act like my voice mattered. And I'm just saying that to like really figure out where these planets are at in your chart if you want to change something about yourself, or if you feel that there is a secret hidden change within you that you can't fully grasp yet. Like, what house are these planets in? Fuck if astrology is real or not. You should be beyond that. But I just want to share that.
there you go. My computer back.
But you right and exact. Prometheus is a book called Prometheus the Awakener, and Uranus is known as the Great Awakener.
Uranus rules Aquarius. Just to give you
Yeah,
a
the
deeper
11th house.
understanding. The 11th house. So we talking about like world rulers. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
Gaddafi and Haile Selassie and like Marcus Garvey and what's the dude like just these
Patrice
people that
Lumumba.
yeah
Lumumba.
like yeah just like people that we still talking about and they were what I mean here 500 years ago.
What's the boy from the Black Panthers? Fred Hampton.
Yes, Fred Hampton and shit he died in his 20s, I believe.
Yeah,
Very
21.
young.
If I'm
Very
not
young.
mistaken.
He was a baby.
These kind of people, Malcolm X, shit like Einstein and just people that really like brought something to the table that changed the trajectory of written history, for lack of better words. Um, just people that you can't act like they wasn't here,
Yeah.
no matter
And I
how
feel like we all have this within us. We can
right,
activate this aspect within ourselves
right.
if we so choose to. If we choose to evolve and transform.
Mhm.
And that's what these planets are reserved for. Like if you want to turn into a butterfly, you can through the utilization of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto in your chart. Chiron, right? All of these planets, man, they can really shift something in you, but you have to have the wherewithal to begin to want to study and understand and understand what they represent. It is not that complicated. Understanding the sign, understanding the house, and understanding the planet. One's in the chat if that's not that complicated.
And I like how you brought up Chiron because his story is related to Prometheus as well. Because when we was talking about it in the pre-show, I had said Hercules is the initiate because he ended up. So there's another story about Chiron ended getting wounded by an arrow that was poisonous, and he was hurt and forever wounded. Right. So Hercules actually caused that when he was trying to hunt something down. As this went on, Hercules ended up freeing Prometheus, and Chiron took his spot, right? And he would get his liver chewed out by Zeus or the eagle every day. But Hercules representing the initiate is because remember, Hercules took the task to go through the astrological sign, his challenges to become a god. So remember, and you initiate yourself. No one initiates you, we don't. So if you understand that, you can go on your journey and do your trials.
Deep conversations, deep conversations. And just to let the tribe know, let the people know, we open opportunity. Any questions, comments, or concerns you want to add to the conversation, please do so in the chat and make sure that you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channels to keep up with us. We go live very often. And we just like having spiritual conversations that might can help a person from multiple perspectives. Because if you don't resonate with me, you might resonate with Jabri. But the overall goal is for soul connection and raising up your frequency so you can have a good life, be a good mom, be a good dad, be a good person through the modality of spiritual knowledge and development. So if you like the video, like the video. What's going on, Ra?
Just reading how my chart is like mimicking my life right now. So I'm just putting that shit together. It's just talking about a lot of
It's time to turn the
development.
TV off.
The fuck? Just talking about a lot of development and growth and expansion. A lot of skill sets, improving and honing in on them. However, likely will face challenges in relationships and friendships due to the 10th house sub-cycle of Jupiter. That's it. I'm just reading.
You muted me, bro. You muted.
I was just wondering if that was a question, Stephanie. The archetypes of the zodiac.
The archetypes of the zodiac are the major arcana.
Because you know, like all of that is connected, right? You have the tarot, you have astrology, and you have Kabbalah, and they all stem from Kabbalah. So our understanding of astrology has to be from an earthly system because no human being has ever literally went to Saturn. You know what I'm saying? In real life, you know. So we create up these concepts, but these concepts don't come from thin air. They come from the study of Kabbalah. So every archetype is then related to, and I would say, if anybody is new to this, study the Hebrew. Do y'all study the Hebrew on the panel?
Man, hell yeah.
And
Hell
if
yeah.
I had my setup, I'm at a different spot right now. But I would have pulled out all my charts because I have a whole chart of the Hebrew, right? But it's in the constellation form, so you can work on understanding the houses through the Hebrew names. And then plus a good book to understand Kabbalah. I've been reading it. It's really fire. And if you go check out the Hierophants, I've been telling about on there, especially on the channel. But Dion Fortune, Mystical Kabbalah, like yeah,
Oh,
what, what, bro,
yeah.
what, bro?
Listen. I love you, little bro, but nobody can start from there. That motherfucker is
Bro?
sophisticated, bro. Nah, bro. Like
I
that.
wouldn't.
Not to say not to read it. Yeah, read it, put it on your list. But that
Mhm.
joint is sophisticated, bro. There's nothing simple about explaining Kabbalah in that. Like
I
he
would.
wraps that shit in so many different layers. I would
Mhm.
say chicken soup Kabbalah, the La Milo Duquette joint. Start
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That one cool.
yeah, start there because he turns it into like a story form. You know what I mean? And he relates it to everyday life. Like
Mhm.
Beyond Fortune, I read that in prison. I had to read that twice, bro, because it was just
Mhm.
so sophisticated, bro. So sophisticated.
I would say, if you start with the Kabbalah, learn the letters and get you a tarot deck that has the letters on them.
I
And
say Totoro. Yeah.
and go through Hood's videos and look up alchemic academic
Mm-hmm.
and it's two videos
That are perfect.
where it lays it out and it's free now. I paid for them when they came out.
Mhm.
But it
I
gives
had
you.
to put them out though. I had to give them to the people. I had to let them
Yeah,
go.
man. And I don't remember the names of them. I might even find them again and put them
Parenthood.
in the Discord, but it's a great foundation
Mm-hmm.
because basically you make you a chart and you define each card for yourself and you put it in that chart and you just work with it that way. So now spirit has a way to speak to you through the tarot cards because spirit know like, okay, if these cards get flipped, I can get this message through to them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the whole purpose of divination. You know what I mean? Um, and it just makes it easier to study. So I would say get you a tarot deck that has the Hebrew letters on it and watch those two videos. Really the first one and make a chart. Um, and then just learn every letter. Remember, you should be able to see a Hebrew letter and know what major arcana it corresponds with, like instantly. Um, and then from there, it'll just flow for you. It'll just flow for you, and then you'll find out that you've been studying the zodiac from that.
Parenthood. Type in this one. The Practical Kabbalah, Charles Fielding. That was another one too.
I always felt like studying the Kabbalah, like in books, is the information is so elusive. Um,
Man, you don't learn shit.
yeah,
I'ma just
because
that's how I be feeling.
the most I've learned about Kabbalah is from
Charles
is
Fielding. Charles,
from
that's not it.
is from my
That might
Thoth
be cool
tarot
though.
deck. That's where I got the most information from it from. You know, um,
Yeah, that's it. That one. And then the last one is the Kabbalah and Magic Angels. That's a good one too. That one kind of got me hip on the Flesh of the Blood.
Kabbalah, what?
Kabbalah and Magical Angels. Magic of Angels. I'm sorry, I had to look at it. There it is, right there.
Magic and Angels.
Yeah, that top one. Up.
Mhm. I tell you what, though, the best book that I know that's dealing with the Kabbalah in a way where it's not talking about Kabbalah, but it is like it's talking about Kabbalah, but it's like showing, it's giving you the why. Becoming like
Mm,
God. This nigga, this by
I remember
Michael Bird,
we had a
one
whole series on
of
this
the
shit.
coldest books. Yeah, this is one of the coldest books on just like understanding life. Like I don't know, it's like a life book. Like I feel like motherfuckers should read that because I didn't necessarily understand Kabbalah till I read this book. Because I read all the books, I just don't know what the fuck I'm reading. Like all them books about Kabbalah, chicken soup for the Kabbalah, all that shit, I just don't get it. But this book, I was like, okay, this makes sense. And maybe it's just me.
No,
I,
I
I,
agree.
I think that's a matter of subjectiveness. You know, everybody learns at a different pace and a different angle. You know, some of us need to be
Mm-hmm.
some of us need to be hands on, some of us need to be passive with it. You know, like all of us learn at a different angle. So I don't think it's a matter of limiting or limits. I just think you might resonate with that better than the other stuff that's already put out there. But
Hmm.
for me, I started with like I said, chicken Kabbalah. Then I went to the Dion Fortune one, and then after the Dion Fortune one, I read chicken Kabbalah again, and then I messed around with there's one on
With the Sefer Year.
no, there's one on YouTube where there's 22 lectures, and each lecture is based off of a Hebrew letter, a major arcana card, and a Sephiroth. So it's called Gnostic Teachings, and you just type in Gnostic Teachings, and if you can listen, it's only a couple of hours each video. Nobody's expecting you to go through all of them shits at once, but yeah, I learned through audio and hands-on. So I listened and then I wrote. I listened and then I wrote. That's how I learned it.
Mm-hmm. Gnosticteachings.com.org, nigga.
Mhm.
Go it, nigga. Go
Mhm.
it.
That shit is the truth. And they got
Uh,
everything in there, bro. Like everything.
the only the only two that I've read that was useful, but it was after the fact. This Sefer Yetzirah, and then actually Aleister Crowley book called The Liber No 777,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a bunch of different Kabbalah like setups in there where he makes a Kabbalah out of Hindu deities. He makes a Kabbalah out of you know vegetables, nigga. Like he just like it's bruh like Chinese deities, Kemetic deities, um, just like and just pure numbers, and then it's like he make Kabbalah out of like different surahs out of the Quran and stuff like that. So it's just basically a book that elucidates the concepts in so many different ways. Like it's not really something that you read in; it's just a bunch of different charts of information.
Damn, they don't got the
Um,
What's that book? What's that book called?
Libra
it, I,
no 777, right?
yeah, or like Liber 777. Yeah, yep, that one.
I think people should read the whole Libra series.
Yeah, it's a lot of them
Libra
Libra
too. But
no, like
No,
it's a
Libra
lot.
Chaos, Libra. Yep, you should read them all.
this one it gives you a lot of like information. I would also say the Hermetic Tarot deck and the Thoth Tarot deck are two good ones as well that have the Hebrew letters on them. But this is a real fun book because it's just something that you can just look through. It's not necessarily a bunch of shit that you just gotta read. Um,
Type shit.
because once I seen the correspondence with the zodiac, because all the minor arcana are all the deacons of the zodiac, and then you got the planets expressed in there, and then you got all the signs expressed in there. So I was using it study um to study the zodiac. And then a fun exercise you can do, like I'm a Capricorn moon, and I got Saturn in Capricorn as well. So I'll take the universe card, the devil card, and the high priestess card and put those together, and intuitively draw from that, you know what I mean, and let it tell me what that placement means for me. Or I got Leo, or I got Jupiter and Leo. So I'll take the strength card and the wheel of fortune and put those together. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
put all those cards together in like a circle in the way that the zodiac is basically the order of it. And then you can have like a visualization in front of you, like you just put it on your rug or across your bed, but you'll have a tarot visualization of what your chart is.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like, or like how I said earlier, I got Neptune and Uranus conjunct, so that's the Justice card and the Hangman together. You know, next to what's the Temperance, if that's making sense. um
Mhm.
and then once again, like with the deacons, you just, it's just kind of one of those things where you get the repetition and you just remember, like all the cardinal signs is 2, 3, 4. All the fixed signs is 5, 6, 7. All the mutable signs is 8, 9, 10. um And then, if it's Pisces, then it's the cups. If it's Gemini, it's swords. Um, that's one thing that I love about it. And then once you gain an understanding, it's like, oh shit, I know all this stuff about the Kabbalah too, because all those numbers are Sephiroth. Um, so it's just a fun way to stack meaning and practice um, your understanding of symbology. You know. Um, and that's a big thing that me and AD do with the Hero Fans Book Club, um, because the symbology it's just important.
You
It's
know,
important.
Jesus was a hierophant.
Hey man, no, the moon ain't in Taurus no more. But yeah,
Type shit, man. I I would say, how far is we towards the Discord being ready to set people for the mastermind, AD?
It should be good. I'm on this part where I just gotta create the team and that's it.
Type
Everything's
shit.
all what you call it, authenticated.
Type shit. Well, very soon, in the next couple of days, maybe even tomorrow, we'll be presenting a mastermind group which will be taking place on Discord. Um, our goal is to have a group of people that are serious about growth and development. Something that you should. My goal for this is that you make it a priority. We're going to do it on Sunday. That's just the day that everybody should be somewhat free. And hopefully, people can sign up and join in. It's going to be intuitive, it's going to be cooperative, it's going to be focused on learning and helping people get to where they need to be, business wise, spiritual, family, but it takes participation from both sides, meaning that you should be a type of person that wants to add to people, but you should also be the type of person that wants to learn from people. I'm one of those type of people. Everybody that's on this panel with me is them type of folks. And if you that type of folk, make sure you sign up for our mastermind group. I would say be the first people to sign up because it's going to be free. Once we reach a level of people for the free tier, we're going to push it up to 10, get a certain amount of people. Just keep pushing up through tiers. The earlier you sign up, the cheaper it's going to be. But if you sign up for free and you don't take it seriously, your spot getting taken away, right? And somebody else going to enter into that tier. And if you want to join back again, you can join back when you pay. But we just want to keep it to where we engaging people, helping people, and not wasting people's time. You know what I'm saying? And giving you valuable information. For these first 12 weeks, we're going to study the mastermind and we're going to talk about our business, talk about our careers, get help, get guidance, and push through, man. You don't have to do this shit alone.
Yeah.
One's in the chat. If you understand, overstand, and understand that. Fuck trying to do it all by yourself. Get some assistance. Let's work together. What y'all say about that?
Yeah,
Ashe.
hey,
Okay.
it ain't 2021 no more. You can't do it by yourself.
Mm, mm, mm. Niggas want COVID to last forever.
Man, ain't that the
Yeah,
truth?
but not for real, man. Like when you step in here, just come with that energy, and it's just going to help everything grow. Like remember, we the flame, so when we all throw something into the flame, it just gets bigger and bigger.
Shit.
Yeah, understand that we here doing this work, and we not here for a long time, but we definitely here for a good time, right? And we don't have to make everything so much about just being entertained. You know, how about be entertained, but learn something that you can apply, learn something that you can grow with, and then make it easier for the next person coming up behind you. I think the whole entire idea of living in a space with the collective of cooperation, it just sounds beautiful to me. I don't want to compete with nobody. I have no
Yeah,
desire to compete with y'all. I have no desire. We have no desire to compete. Like the only way you win the battle is to not compete. So we trying to complete one another, and we need y'all to complete this cipher.
I hate. It's crazy though, because when you think about competition, like it's low key like a front. Because like when I was talking about that show earlier, when you think about a lot of these businesses that you think it's in competition, like let's say like street gangs, how they all trying to sell a product. Most of the time in the shows, they show you that these gangs make a coalition and it's like, all right, we gonna stop beefing. We all gonna get our shit out and just get over it. And they make the most money from it. So when you come together and put shit to a side, you might be holding a grudge with somebody. Y'all was making money together. Y'all was handling business, but y'all got in an argument. It's just too late for that, man. Somebody can get hit by a car and you just lose them. So like, lock in, man.
Yeah, man. I would just say it's a generational gap because I know that I would have never been anything or done anything without people helping me along the way, right? Just in general, just whatever type of information. There is no more Brother Panics. You know what I'm saying? There is no more Bobby Hemmets. And the people that's like making content now, they more focused on their bottom line.
Email.
You know what I'm saying? They more focused on their cash apps. Cash app. But and it's cool, we all gotta get money some way, somehow. But I dream about having a group of people. Speaking of Uranus, 11th house, Aquarius, I dream about having a bunch of people that's serious about whatever it is they trying to do in life. And not like I'm about it. No, Like I wanted to be in a space where this week we talking about something and then you come back that next week. So what was the progress? What was the development? We on your ass. Like we
Mm-hmm.
keeping everything organized and cataloged. Basically, your name, what your problem is. We going to give you solutions. And the next week you come, you should have some implementation of those solutions and some form of feedback, right? And I want that for myself, but I also want to be in an environment where other people is receiving that same attention, right? We cannot do this thing alone, and we cannot hold our own selves accountable. We think we can, but in reality, mastermind groups exist for a reason because we need other people to keep us accountable. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna fool ourselves if it ain't that. If it's not that, I promise you.
Yeah, if you think you can hold yourself accountable, that's just some ego shit. And
Yeah, facts,
whenever you ready to put that ego down, come holler at us.
Nah, for
facts.
real. Like you have somebody that's in your ear low key like, hey, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and then like you kind of block them out. But it's like you think about it, that's the only person that's doing that. Before you lose them and it's too late, then you're gonna be by yourself again. Like, man, I don't got nobody that's trying to do this with me. Well, they doing that, and then
Mm.
you get with the people, you bullshitting now because you never took that accountability. How you had somebody that was doing it with you, but you wasn't serious at the time.
And
Shit
pressure
like that happens.
and pressure
Man,
make
this story is old as goddamn prostitution, man. That's the oldest story in the book. You know what I'm saying?
and
People start
pressure
some shit and then
pressure
they
makes
end, they
diamonds.
flame out.
Yeah, I understand pressure makes diamonds. So you're gonna feel the pressure. And if anything, the whole entire objective is to make you completely uncomfortable. Because
Mhm.
motherfuckers have been way too comfortable. So
See, and speaking of comfort, I can't remember the story, but I'm gonna pull it. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna pull it up. But it deals with the Bible, and it was about a certain person having to move out of the land, and him killing these the Chaldeans. And I think it was either Samuel or somebody. They had to go kill the Chaldeans and whatever. The thing is that it was about moving your comfort and getting rid of certain things. If you don't get rid of certain things, they're gonna be coming up, pestering you, hitting you, and it's gonna hold you down, slow you down, hold you back. You don't need that. I promise you. It's like not finishing the day, and then you start tomorrow thinking you finna get all new stuff done. You didn't finish the stuff from yesterday, so now all yesterday stuff on your ass. Then you tell people, hold up, I gotta do this and that. And then they low key gonna be like, I thought that was supposed to be done yesterday. What's going on? You like, then you finna start lying. So and so had told me to go.
Yeah, because it could be, you might not think about it, but it could be bad habits as to why you don't progress in the way that you desire to progress. And it's going to take another person to say that thing that you do where you say that you're going to do something and you don't do it. That's pretty fucked up, right? If you don't have nobody ever telling you, I remember I went to go on this date with this girl and like she talked to me for a little bit. We went our separate ways and I called her like, yo, what's up? Like, why you ain't hitting me back type shit. And she was like, when you came and seen me, you was just unprofessional as hell. And I'm like, damn.
mm,
You know what
mm,
I'm saying? Like, it hit me like, oh shit. You need those moments. See, the problem
mhm,
with humans is that nobody is telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is keeping it cordial with your ass.
mhm.
And that's killing you. That's
Mm.
destroying you.
Niggas is just tolerating you.
That remind me of
Just
what.
you exist around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's remind me of what I said earlier. Like sometimes, excuse me. Sometimes I be so honest with my girl, and she be getting mad, but it'll be a time where she'll reflect on it, like, "Damn, you was right." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And honestly, people would respect you for it. Yeah, they gonna be mad at first, but like they only mad because you helping them see through the glamour. You know what I mean? You helping them see through the bullshit, and
they so used to the bullshit, they of course they gonna defend it, you know. But yeah, we all need that, you know what I mean? Like somebody's just gonna say, "Nah, nigga, that shit's dumb."
It's giving
Nah,
very
nigga.
demure, very
Nah,
focused,
nigga.
very
Yeah.
masculine.
You said very demure.
Then he said very masculine. Whoa. Can you put those two together?
Yeah, I understand this fucking idea of tone policing. You know, the only time you don't like the way a motherfucker say something is when they telling you about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you that shit never is a problem when you hear them say it to somebody else.
Right.
You know, but once they say that shit to you, now it's about how they said it.
Right.
Listen, tone
Right.
policing is another angle of some ego shit. Like, listen, if there's some shit that you need to hear, oh, you gonna hear it from us.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I know tone police ain't real? Because girls like Pop Smoke. Girls like DMX. They like a deep masculine voice man. Like when they like, baby, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I love a deep voice. Is it like, bitch, sit down. Bitch, sit down. Why you gotta talk to me like that? Oh, deep. You making me feel uncomfortable. Like, calm down, big man. Like,
I'm not one of them niggas in the streets.
What's wrong with you? You so mean.
Why you gotta be so mean all the time?
Why you gotta say it like that? The fuck?
I would have done it if you said it better.
Nah.
Baby.
Nah.
Just talk like Pop Smoke from now on. She'll do everything you want her to do. Baby.
Nah. It
wanna be without you.
The way that Kevin Gates, yeah, I just want a light-skinned nigga. Like the way Kevin Gates is, you gotta show me if I was light-skinned, I could get away with half the shit he do.
I don't know, man. Then you got the girls that say they can't do nothing if it's long. You got to be dark skinned, you know. It's just I don't think you know.
You got colorism in here too now.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know.
I'm a high yellow nigga my whole life, bro. I'm Gucci. I
think it's all bullshit. You feel me? I feel like a girl is gonna like you if you take care of yourself. Listen, I'm telling you, she'll find something about you. She'll be like, I don't know, that nigga's forearms got veins in it, girl. I don't know. Something about that nigga's forearms, you know, it do something to me. Like a girl is, you know, what they say, you don't never gotta lie to a girl because when she like you, she gonna lie to herself way more. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta just be in a positive mood and a positive energy. You know what I'm saying? And you could be light skinned, dark skinned, fat, or skinny. I've been 300 plus since 18. I ain't never been without one. So it's just like people say you can't be fat and get a girl. I'm like, I don't know what you mean by that. Y'all ain't never seen my uncle, Big P. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of OGs that get in the game, bro. And then they'll show me I'm like, what the hell? They say you just don't know how to talk to them, little homie.
No, I realize you got to get some money. You get a little bit of money about you. Girls be broke for real. They going. They going. They don't want to work. What you mean? They do not want to work. Like, come on, little mama. She's like, okay, big daddy, let's go. Can I sit in the car? Yeah, just sit down, relax. You gotta figure out how to make them comfortable, man.
Can I hit that with you?
Come on, little mama. But you hungry? They always hungry, my guy.
I know what they want to eat though.
They listen. That's a fact. Just put them on to the newest, hottest, a viral spot off TikTok. You got a girl forever. That's where they drizzle the cheese and the hot Cheetos on some shit. Oh man, good to go. Yeah, they do the hot Cheeto burgers here, babe. Oh, the burritos.
I'm glad that we having a nice little chuckle around this whole relationship thing, right? Because I got a question for the panel.
Okay.
It's been said that it is impossible for a man with a micro penis to be a good man.
Whoa. I wasn't expecting this question.
Oh, I need some wine. I need some wine.
That's why I never bet on the parlays, because I would never win. I never can predict the future when it comes to shit like this. What is this question going to be about? I was thinking, I wasn't prepared for it though.
But I do at least one a show, so I gotta stick to it. So the argument is that if you can't please your woman, then you can't be technically a good man or a good mate, a good partner. What say you, panel?
Well, I don't think it got anything to do with your wand.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on if you really know what you're doing. Because I do think I do think if you put it down the right way, she gonna act different.
Mm-hmm. But let's pinpoint male insecurities and how they dictate the overall course of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be like, I mean, we all grew up with guys, and the guys have the girls, and one of your guys is knocking shit out, but he broke for real. So you might take him with you on a 2-man or something like that, or whatever the case may be. But you not thinking of this nigga as real competition in the dating market, because in my perspective, that's lame to be, cock strong. You know what I mean? Like you can't pay bills with a cock. You know what I'm saying? And then just say like, oh yeah, I fucked her so good, she moved me in, she be buying me shit. And it's like you don't actually get points for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a nigga like you, like a nigga like got a job, got some money about himself, got some motion, he stand for shit, but he ain't going to beat it out the park. And the girl's like, yeah, I can't deal with that nigga. He stand for something. I'm going to deal with this lame ass nigga with this amazing cock. That don't sound right. That will never sound right. If you look at it from retrospect, you 67 years old living in the projects with nothing. You know what I'm saying? You catching a bus to and fro, talking about at least I got some good dick in my 30s and 20s. You are a loser. You're a loser. You should get a little dick nigga with some money. Listen, a little dick guy with some money, because you're gonna be 50 to 100 for like that's a long ass time. Y'all not even fucking at 50 for real, anyways. Like you got to think about it. For a large percentage of your life, there's no cock involved. That's real.
That's real.
Yeah.
68. He's not stroking that shit like that. Come on. Is you serious? Grandpa fucked the shit out of me last night. Said nobody.
I don't care
Said
how many
nobody.
YouTubes that nigga took. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, cancel that nigga, bro. That shit is barely hard, bro. It's like kind of hard. Grandpa is kind of hard, bro. He's kind of hard. Like he's old, yeah. Nigga, I'm 40. I'm starting to understand. Like, nigga, you better eat right. You feel me? Like heart health, blood flow, nigga. You start thinking about these things at 40. When I'm 60, nigga, I'm putting that jersey up, bro. It's like I gotta figure out a whole nother way to relate to this girl besides cock,
bro.
It's real.
If you were wondering why I asked that question, it was because I wanted that response from my brother. Thank you. That made my night, bro. I swear to God. Oh my gosh.
Girls is dumb for that shit. They stupid for that.
I want to hear from the two young bucks, though. I want to hear from the two young bucks.
I feel like it took a tangent though, because I think I agree with Hood because it's like at the end of the day, that's not the that shouldn't be the ruling factor for a true mature relationship. You know what I mean? It's certainly a part of it, you know. But I was thinking from the perspective of if you know what you're doing, you know what I mean, in a sense of, you know, keep it rated G, in the sense of making love, you know what I mean? I think that, you know, after doing it the right way, it definitely has an effect on the relationship. I'm not saying that you or her want to get out of it because it wasn't good one day, you know what I mean? Because it's like, why were y'all together in the first place? But I think that I just think it's an important part of the relationship. You know what I mean? If it's done the right way, then you know you can do more for making the relationship flourish through the modality of sex.
Yeah, and like, and it's like it's hard not to even disagree with Hood, and not only because what he said, but just because the things I seen. Because it's like not even from like just from household and other family members, like dudes who were like that. They were like dudes who that got themselves into a dangerous life and end up being up there and end up or they was dudes that was punks and they was broken, it was dumb, didn't know nothing, and the girl would take advantage of him, treat him like a littlest thing. I seen it's crazy, man. He would run to the store for it, do everything. He'll mess up. I want this type of black. You don't get the right black, you get cut. Yes. Yeah.
You don't get the right. That is wild.
I am not playing, bro. If I have to call somebody right now to the test, I'm like I ain't seen some shit, bro. Like it's crazy.
You ain't get the right black.
We'll bring other dudes there. Next scene, go about their business, and dudes is like, he don't got nowhere else to go.
Nah, son. Nah.
Or you get the opposite hand, you get a control abusive. You know what I'm saying? So hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna answer my own question, I'm gonna say, you know, the nigga that's piping you down exponentially well, he ain't gotta do nothing else. Like literally, like you're not gonna ask him to do nothing else. Like you don't care. Like he can sleep on your sofa.
Mm-hmm.
Not
He'll be
pay
asking
a bill.
your little brother for money and shit.
Yeah, like you know, I mean, bro, you not gonna make him do nothing because the pipe game is auspicious. Like, just think about that, bro.
I mean, he be wanting to cut the grass, but he be tired. So you know, either I cut it or I have someone else cut it.
But I'm glad my brother put this up on the screen because, you know, the abuse that you women are doing with the JJ is on astronomical levels. And hence the reason, right? You get piped down by a big 12-incher, pause. It's gonna be hard for you to mess with a regular man after that, right? Your shit is stretched out to here, right? Now the average nigga, he can't even touch the navel button. Like, listen, it's not exactly paramount that you have the best sex in your life in your 20s, because then you're gonna be chasing that shit for the rest of your fucking existence. And guess what? You ain't gonna never find it. You ain't gonna never find it.
Yeah. Because what you're saying is you getting yourself, you opening Pandora's box. You know what you want on the surface, but you don't know the implications that comes with it. You know, you see the light, but you don't see the dark that comes with it. And you know, wanting to live out sexual fantasies, especially in your 20s, like you crashing out. You crashing out.
Look at my brother shaking his head. What's up, baby? What up, big bro?
You crashing out. I mean, what we talking about? We talking about
Talk to me, big bro. Talk to me. What you got?
We talking about Diddy parties.
Diddy parties.
Like
Ain't no
that's,
coming back from a Diddy party.
Yeah. That's what you
I got
want.
my boy weak as hell, man.
That's what you want.
Yeah, man. It's just so crazy.
What we was talking
It's
about
so
earlier,
crazy.
them swing fest.
Yeah, you know, it's
Bro.
so crazy. If we was white boys, we'd be talking about, hey, dude, you going to that swinger party on Monroe on Saturday? I heard it's gonna be a banger, dude. You good? I'm
Oh
bringing
my
my girl.
Well, if we was white boys, if we was white boys, we'd be calling each other to say, "Yo, you bringing your wife over tonight?
You bringing your wife or you coming solo, dude?
Oh.
It's cool. It's cool, dude. It's all
hell,
love. It's all love, you know.
hell no.
Just know when you get one, you gotta let me get it.
Reed said, "Hell no."
Share, hey, dude, sharing is caring, dude. Like, come on, dude, bring your girl, dude. I wanted to try her out too, dude. Like, white people be on some weird shit, bro, but we trying to hold it together, you know. We trying to figure it out. But I was just gonna say, like, it's hard. Like pleasing a woman is not real. You know what I'm saying? She have to learn how to please herself. And in the midst of her finding herself, you want to be the one that gives her the space to do that. Because like she can have a baby. I don't think niggas can even realize ain't nobody's dick as big as a baby. And after that, it goes back to normal. So I know this to be a fact. If you made your wife come before the baby, you can make her come after the baby.
That's a fact.
Like that's just reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm just saying pleasing a woman is in her pleasing herself. When I'm with a woman, I literally have to teach this. Right? Because a girl will say, "Oh, you got to make me come." She programmed to the guy she was with or to the toy she was with previous to you, right? And so she's like, "You got to do it like this. Oh, you're not doing it like this, and so I don't like the sex with you, quote unquote, or your dick's too small, quote unquote." But you could also give her Mantak Shia books. The what is that? The sexual female, something to that effect, where orgasms come from your mind.
Because sex happens in the mind first.
Sex happens in your mind. So if you want to have uncontrollable orgasms back to back to back to back, and you relying on me to be that conduit, you're doing yourself a disservices. And it's a punishment game that I hope that people learn to get out of, right? Like you gotta get back at somebody, avenge something. Just understand, like, if you having sex with somebody, you got a boyfriend, husband, whatever the case may be, and y'all having sex tonight, why not give that man the best sex of his whole entire life through yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't compare the sex rate based on him. Why wouldn't you just be the provider? Right, that's what we call escorts back in the day, right? When you're trying to buy some pussy, they don't call themselves prostitutes; they call themselves providers. Providers, right? That science have been lost. Now, girls, it's like I need a dick like this. I need to be. Listen, that shit is elementary. That shit is like kindergarten. Real adepts, real. Like it's in the literature. We all can read. I can read the sexual Tao for men. You can read the sexual Tao for women, and we can implement these sciences. This is real talk. Like I actually have to work through the conversations to even get to a space where every time we having sex, you having an orgasm, right? You shouldn't base it on me. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
Facts.
So it's like getting to that level is really important.
And I echo all of those sentiments. I love everything that you just said because you just basically talking about high level tantra anyway at the same time.
You put out an article about tantra, didn't you?
Yeah, I just dropped the second one today. I did. It's a set of three. I did dark tantra yesterday. I did red tantra today. Tomorrow I will be releasing white tantra. Are you talking about the Tao of Sexuality, Sexology, the Book of Infinite
Let
Wisdom?
me
Because
get the
that shit is
let me
$84.
get the right
I
one.
don't think it's that one.
Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not. Because he got two healing love through the dial.
Okay, okay.
This one right here, this is $15. Y'all motherfuckers will spend
Yeah,
50 on some
yeah.
loud.
That shit,
Okay.
that shit 840 on eBay.
Oh,
It's
hood is
840 on
loud.
eBay.
Oh, hood is
That
loud.
same book is 840 on eBay.
Listen, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Healing
hood.
through the dial, cultivating female sexual energy. Not I need a big dick to cultivate my female sexual energy. I need a safe space to cultivate my. It's just cultivating female sexual energy within yourself, and this could be established with any human. For me,
Mm.
like we all can understand this science, and I would say acting like your man is big dick daddy is only going to set you up for failure because everybody have had a relationship with a man with amazing sex. But what's the common denominator in these scenarios?
You're
You're
not
not
the only,
with his ass.
and you're not the only one that was getting that amazing sex from him.
Hell fucking no. So at a certain point, those stories always end up as horror
Yeah.
nightmare stories if we
Mm-hmm.
want to be a buck. So looking for that shit is looking for that. So understanding spirituality through sexuality, I think they're very much synonymous and they allow for safe sexual expression. So you don't have to be on fucking Tinder, on fucking Plenty of Fish, fucking a fucking bot, right? Talking about um I hope the sex is good. That shit is weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
I like how you talk about the discernment because it's been particular times and stories of like hearing like the person hearing a woman who's never experienced an orgasm and then she's getting mad and frustrated at her partner not making it happen
Mhm.
for her.
Mhm.
And if I wanted, and if I could touch on that whole orgasm,
Grow up. Grow up.
if I could touch on that whole orgasm and faking orgasm thing, I'll just say this for the women: if you are faking orgasms, you just don't know your body because there's no reason if you're experienced in doing that act that you need to fake an orgasm. You should
That's
know.
like
You should be able to get off with any man that you are with if you know your body.
Faking an orgasm is the same technology as faking the orgasm. Like fake it till you make it, motherfucker. Like
that's like the
eventually
dude saying
you'll be
like yeah
there
she couldn't make
faking
me
it.
nut.
Damn.
That's like yeah she couldn't make me nut.
Actually
Yeah,
bust one.
she couldn't bust it up, bro. I
You
don't know
bust one by mistake.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
Nah, but I done had some chicks that you could just fuck forever because it's
It
just
ain't no
nothing
bottom.
there.
It ain't no
Ain't
bottom.
nothing there. Ain't no walls, ain't no bottom. It's just air. I'm just in that bitch humping the world. Nigga said, fuck the world. I call this girl up. Like, yo, they said fuck the world. I just wanted to see if you was down for the two men. Me and Serpent coming through.
That's a fact. Me and Snickers is on the way.
On the way.
Yeah.
Fucking no walls.
To to add to all this too, I think it's important to uh do the necessary shadow work about like the sexual fantasies you got and all the unrealistic things you may be telling yourself you want or what you feel you deserve,
And
you
rent off the
know,
porn videos you
and
watch.
really, yeah, and really build with that person that you have, if you have a person, you get
That's
what I'm saying,
that's
because that's the reality, who you with, not what
Mhm.
you see on Instagram, not what you see on the internet, whatever, you know what I mean. I think, yeah, it's just, and then like I would say once you get in your 30s, at least when I got into my 30s, it was just like the internet shit don't excite me, you get what I'm saying. Like I need to be talking to a real person,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if you can't, and the people that you can talk to, you just got to deal with it. That's the pickings.
Mm-hmm.
You might need
You
to
wanna
move to
you
another
wanna make
city
a man
if
fall
you
in love,
mad.
you listen to and hear what he say. I promise you, he gonna be like, damn, like you cared about me going live and doing this? Yeah, I watched it the whole time. I took notes on it.
And like we
Are you
talked
gonna you gonna make this an ebook, right, babe?
like we talked about earlier, there's no such thing really as a good or bad partner. You
Cause
know,
y'all compatible.
if you haven't figured out the compatibility part, then you really shouldn't be opening up to that man anyway.
Mhm.
And vice versa. Like that man shouldn't even be seeking that act from you if he hasn't even determined that you guys are compatible. Like it don't even matter.
Yeah, but I think the problem is that we all left to our own devices when it comes to
Mm.
exploring our sexuality. Like everything
Mhm.
that most of us learned is from people our age or pornography or just
Mhm.
trial and error. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we had grandma telling us like you don't you know what I mean? You don't jump on a girl like this. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
because it's man, it's been major blunders early on, like early 20s, where that's shit that you're gonna have to work through, you know what I mean?
I say my first 5 or 6 were blunders.
Yeah, and it's
Mhm.
and and it's just like that's what I mean by, saying you want, whatever you saying you want, you know what I mean? You don't know how that's gonna affect you
Mhm.
long term wise, you know what I mean? Like
You
especially
know,
with some of the women, like you can mess with the wrong dude and yo shit is fucked up, you know what I mean? Like you literally look, it's like you know how a swarm of flies look? It's a swarm of
Mhm.
spirits just eating off of you because you was fucking with the wrong dude, and now you know what I mean. Now you trying to get shit straight, but it ain't working because you haven't purged that previous energy.
yeah,
Because I truly believe if you have sex with the wrong person, that could really just seal the deal on the trajectory of your life. And it's
Period.
important to really, really, really use your discernment when it comes to this kind of stuff. And if you in your 20s,
Period.
man, wait as long as you can,
Yeah.
because it
Period.
is it's all hype. All the music you listen to, start listening to some Victoria Monet or some shit. Listen to some you know what I mean? Some more chill shit. Stop listening to all that.
Yeah, like somebody that
Hypersexual shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
cause
rah rah shit. Like,
yeah, cause you gonna act it out on a certain level, and it's a time and place for the freaky shit. You know what I mean? But like, if you single, you don't need to be listening to freaky shit. It's just
Mhm.
gonna make you frustrated.
for real.
Mhm.
um, but yeah, I had to say that.
Now, all those,
Mhm.
you're absolutely right and exact. All of those things have a cost. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, ask yourself, what is the cost for really great sex? You know, because if there's no balance within that sexuality or that sexual act, then you're going to get really great sex, but you're going to get a really horrible person with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So is it
Mhm.
worth it really at the end? You know what I mean? This motherfucker choking you up and throwing you up against the wall. Y'all get it in, and the next thing you know, he's still beating your ass after it's over. I'm just saying. Or he going right next door to your girlfriend Shamika house. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these things cost. You have to
Mm-hmm.
decide if the cost is worth the act at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day.
That makes me like if you ever been in a relationship, right? I think the shittiest part about being in a relationship is when it's me and her and I feel like something and she feels like a different way and now we fighting, now we arguing. But if you look at the lover's card, it's actually three people in the relationship and overstand the lovers is that it needs to be a mediator in the union. If you like honestly, a lot of times, guys, when you in a relationship with a woman, you in a situation where you being dominated and you being manipulated because if there is no mediation, there is no authority. So what's happening is like we don't really can see it and we can't really clarify it, but you just have to understand that if it's me and you and we're locked in a room, one of us is going to dominate the other. One of us is going to take the lead. And when you do not, and if I take the lead, I'm wrong. And if she take the lead, she wrong. Right? We both wrong when we assuming like, well, you got to listen to me. How I'm important. When we are in that space, we're in the major spirit that's above the union. The Mithra is the god over relationships, right? It's an energy, it's an entity. And I promise you, if you have this concept, if you have this understanding, and you seek the God over it, either the relationship is going to end like that, or y'all both are going to come under the will and the love of God that have united you together. Because you got to think about if you meet a girl that's good, it's going to feel like God has rewarded you. If you meet a guy that's good, it's going to feel like God have rewarded you. So you got to then look at your relationships from this perspective. I feel like I'm rewarded by God with this woman, and she wake up, she ain't take a bath, her hair all crazy, she eating whatever she want to eat. Them is toxic relationships. He a gang banger, ain't shit, got doodle stains in his drawers. God didn't bring you that nigga. Your ego brought you that nigga. And then you's like, man, you need to take a bath. Now y'all having a fight. See, ever be in real relationships. If we every time I say something, you want to fight, we going back and forth, all this weird shit, right? God should be, or that spirit heart should be the thing. And I feel so bad for a nigga chasing. God ain't in that space for you. And I
Yeah.
was that
Hold on, the
nigga
video
chasing
stopped.
pussy. God ain't it is weird. Cause man, I swear to God, I sit back in this goddamn house every night and I don't think, man, I need to leave this bitch to go find a thought. That would be preposterous to me. Like that shit don't even make sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like niggas is really out here chasing hoes. Like that's the crazy ass shit, man. But I feel like if you really into the spiritual shit, man, and you really understand the spirit, and it's going to pull you amazing opposite gender, whatever you're going to be an amazing person, and you going to want to give offerings to Oshun every fucking Friday. You man, you gotta understand, man. It's a good bitch out there, man. That's like what you need. You know what I'm saying? It's a good man out there. Like, baby, I got you. This nigga, this nigga asking you for $20 because you want to be in your ego. nigga, nigga asking you for a ride. Hey, babe, can I get a ride? About to go hang out with the homies because you want to be in your fucking ego. This shit is treacherous.
Yeah.
Shit is treacherous.
You ain't never lied, bro. Yeah, I didn't mean to keep us this long on that last question, but I just thought it was an interesting time for me to pose it. So add a little levity to the cast.
I'm saying I'm about to start a I was thinking about what business I need to start. I think I'm gonna start a t-shirt company called Lil Dicks Matter. That shit's gonna go crazy. I'm doing projections right now. That shit AI said that's a brilliant idea. We about to go crazy with the merch.
Yo,
Little
Spirit,
dicks matter everywhere.
Spirit just tapped me on the shoulder and said, "That is a wonderful product idea. That's wonderful, bro. We're gonna have to scale that tomorrow. I'm calling you in the morning. We're gonna have to scale that. We're gonna have to scale that.
You have to scale that up. Do some Facebook ads.
Word up. Word up.
Just jokes.
Yo, little D's matter.
Just jokes. We on the late night tip.
You ain't slick.
That is out of pocket.
So before we get out of here, man, what's some parting wisdom, parting words, anything y'all gotta say to the tribe before we hop up out of this live? Close out
Join the
with
mastermind group
something
whenever
for
we
the people
come
to
through.
think about.
Yeah, jump on that mastermind group as soon as we drop it. Please do. Check out the Initiate Substack. Read the Tantra articles I'm putting out. Those things are very, very important. I've listed rituals and practices that you can do with them. Check out cultivate.com.co. Definitely check out the Hero Fans Book Club. White Rabbit site, Columbian Exchange, Blue Magic. Not to mention, Little Dicks Matter.
Yeah, so just make sure you guys are creating. Make sure you create that space. Make sure you really putting it out there. If you really want your creation to be seen, and if you're building on stuff, don't be shy. Put it out there. And if you in the Discord, let everybody know what you creating. Put it onto your channel and shit and more. But yeah. Like and subscribe, please.
Sir,
Share.
man. Yes, sir, man. I just felt like. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
What you said?
I just said Breeze said he had to step away for a little bit.
Okay. I would just say, we gotta support each other on our back end. That's very, very important. A lot of this shit is cool on YouTube or whatever, but join the Discord, man. Have a conversation, build community, talk to people. Stop acting like it's 2020, it's the pandemic. You don't need nobody. That's just not real. You do need somebody somewhere. Maybe it's not the Discord, maybe it is the Discord, but we gonna build this shit up. We gonna keep posting, we gonna keep grinding, keep putting out good content because we want people to join the Discord and not only join the Discord, but have the conversation, right? You post on goddamn Facebook, you don't get no likes. Post on Instagram, don't get no engagement. Post on TikTok, you got 2 hearts. All right, 2 hearts. Join Discord, have a conversation, get some real feedback, talk to real people, not just bots. Right? If you on the internet, you should be trying to foster some form of a real relationship and stop going for this surface virality or whatever that motherfuckers don't even achieve. But it's a beautiful thing when you can gain knowledge and grow and meet like minds. And that's what the Discord is for. Click the QR code that's in the top right hand corner, or just simply utilize the link in the description. And once again, if you join the Discord, say something, you know what I'm saying? And the only rule, no spamming and no fucking, right? We here to learn, here to grow. But if you meet your divine twin flame soul, what am I to say? But ultimately, don't go there with that in your mind. Go there with in your mind that you're getting closer to your soul by looking at your reflection, right? And that's the best way.
Ain't no sex in the champagne room.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Don't worry when you join the group, It's a whole side where it gives you all the rules, so you'll be able to remind them, and it's not like no one didn't tell you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, don't. We already had someone. Some reason they dropped in on something in the feed and put it and tagged everybody. Woke up people to something, so they got out of there immediately. Like we was on that, like so quick. Thought it was slick. Hit up my bad. You gotta hit it with the boot boot. We don't take no my bads for deception. Once it's dropped, you gone.
Nah, because people, you gotta be very concise and very tight with your online platform and your online community. And not to say we judging or holding people back, but at the same time, no bots, no scam artists. And we want to have a pure, authentic community of real spiritual seekers. And if we gotta delete people that's there for the bullshit, we not doing that on no ego space. We doing that for everybody involved, that they feel like they can come there and have a conversation and they don't got to worry about, feeling like they got to spend money or do some weird shit every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, let your hair down, put on your bonnet, throw on your moo and like had a conversation, right? And we're gonna expand the Discord. That's what we're doing with the mastermind group. And I got ideas. If y'all got ideas, share them ideas on if you got ways to help the Discord get better. But from where we started at to where we are now, what we're displaying is just expansion, right? And just getting better. And that's all we could ever really want. But, we just continue to expand and continue to grow and bringing everybody or bringing the people that want to come along with us. Because if I want that, I know I'm not the only one, but you still got to put that out there because you never know who actually is seeking community.
Because what I tell people who decide to do business with me, yes or no, I say thank you, congratulations.
Listen, we the only thing I have to say is we're gonna reintroduce something my big bro started about 10 years ago. The top header should say, "Leave your ego at the door," because all three of these brothers, along with myself, like that's one thing that we do when we deal with each other. We don't operate under any ego. So um, the only way any of this work actually works for you is if you are in control and not the ego.
You know the saying how they go like uh dudes don't want to sit up and argue with their girl all day. It's the same with guys. Guys don't want to sit up yelling at niggas all day. Like you think a dude gonna want to argue with his homie all the time about dumb shit or want to battle with him? Nah, like niggas gonna go where respect is at. I mean, if you a high vibrating person, I mean, people who don't have that in their mind, don't care for themselves, go around people who tear them apart. But we don't do that.
Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, follow your soul, really get beyond your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. Get to the part of you that is invincible. Deal with I'm pretty sure it is the five of swords in the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck, Ogun La Flambeau. And in that book and in that deck, it's a image of Ogun who's war tattered, broken down, beaten down, and in the middle of his solar plexus, it's a light that have never been touched. And within all of us is that light. So at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what you've been through. You are perfect, blameless, and pure. And I sincerely hope you find that within yourself and project that into the world and ascend your ancestors, ascend your descendants, ascend your whole entire bloodline by contacting your soul. It's not an easy journey, it's not a short journey, but it's a real journey. And you gotta go deep within yourself because this ego, everything associated with it is on bullshit. You got to be able to see it for what it is and know that there is something much more pure, much more ancient deep within yourself. And the more people that we get to tap into this energy, the better the planet will be. And this is something that I know.
Ashe.
Ashe.
So we'll catch up with y'all in the next video. Y'all have a good night, good day, wherever y'all seeing this video. And we will tap in with y'all very soon with information in reference to the Mastermind group. And hopefully you guys sign up, tune in, tap in, participate as we get this ball rolling. But to y'all have a good night. Peace to the tribe. Peace to the collective. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Initiates for the flame. You are now programmed to drop dem draws. Have you been maintaining your flame?